Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frame by Frame Photowalks, my little series where I shoot some film, share my thoughts, and take you along to explore with me. This time I will take you through beautiful Amsterdam, so let's see what the city has in store for us today. If you want to see even more of my photography, then I would absolutely love it if you drop by on my Instagram, Marlene on Film, where I also post a lot of photos that you can't see here on my YouTube. But anyway, let's begin with this photo walk. I of course started my day at Amsterdam Centraal, which is the central station of the city, and the first photo I took was actually a street portrait of these two captains from the literally hundreds of tour boats that ride the canals every single day. This was actually the second time ever that I went up to someone and directly asked them for a portrait. I'm usually a very shy photographer, especially when it comes to street photography. I just don't really like to go up to people and be like, hey, I'm a street photographer, can I take your portrait? I think you look really interesting. And even though I've gotten better at approaching people when it comes to my photography in the recent years, I still feel very awkward every single time I do something like this. And another thing that makes this even harder is the language barrier, because I can speak a little bit of Dutch, I'm learning it, but sometimes I'm still really insecure about my speaking skills. So coming up to someone and trying to speak Dutch to them and approaching them in another language that I'm still learning is sometimes a little bit weird, but it usually helps if the people that I approach are really friendly, like these two, and I think that the picture turned out quite nice, even though I'm still learning to do street portraits like this. This is one of my absolute favorites from this roll. That day I was shooting Kodak Gold 200, which is basically my go-to film. And I think that especially in this composition and in this photo, the gold tones of the film are really visible, and I think they really enhance the whole vibe of the photo, and I just really love it. I do wish that the sky would have been a little bit less cloudy, because I think that a lot of the photos that I took that day would have been a little bit better if I would have had a clear sky, because I like really dark shadows, I like a lot of contrast in my photos, and often that is not really possible if you have that kind of gray, cloudy sky, and it also makes the sky very bright and blown out. And I'm not really a big fan of this, but this is typical Dutch weather, so what can you do? I was actually on my way to another location that I had on my list for the day, and I passed this little flea market by one of the canals, and my eye fell on this woman. She had a really cool outfit. I really liked her look and the hair. I thought that she looked really unique, and you could tell that she put a lot of effort into her outfit. So I just went up to her and told her, hey, you look really cool. Could I maybe take your portrait? So I took this really nice portrait of her. And I think my favorite thing in the portrait is not only her natural expression, but also the yellow tones of her little blazer or jacket. I'm actually not sure if taking street portraits is something for me personally as a photographer, because when I go out to photograph, especially on the street, it's usually that I just like to be with myself and with my camera, and when something catches my eye, I photograph it, but then I kind of move on, you know? But this could definitely be something to get me out of my comfort zone a little bit more and learn how to approach people in public places a little bit easier. At this point, I visited Amsterdam quite a few times, at least multiple times a year, because I just really like the city. But with that, I also really know what's going on in the center, and I'm kind of trying to get out of the center and explore other neighborhoods. And one of my favorite neighborhoods is the Pijp. It usually has a very calm atmosphere, but still has a lot of nice markets, boutiques, smaller shops, restaurants, etc. So it is really just a whole vibe. And I often compare it to Park Slope in Brooklyn or Brooklyn Heights, to like a similar energy and vibe. From the Pijp, it is not a very long walk to the Museumsplein, where all the bigger museums in the city are located, like the Rijksmuseum or the Van Gogh Museum. And there's literally always something going on the Plein, if it's a festival or some kind of random event or just a lot of people enjoying their weekends. So it can be a really nice place for street photography. Another favorite from this roll is this specific house. It is definitely one of my favorite houses in the city, and I think that everyone who visits Amsterdam and is in this area and walks by this house is actually taking a photo of it, because it is a very, very popular photo subject. I think that it's just too iconic with the little tower and the Victorian architecture and the little really typical Dutch window awnings that can really often actually be found on these kind of mansions. And I think that Kodak Gold really did the colors of this house justice. And that is the end of my day in Amsterdam, and I hope you enjoyed a peek at the city through my lens. If you want to see more of my photography, make sure to check out the rest of the series, where I have a whole playlist on my channel with all of the previous photo walks that I have done. And also make sure, of course, to check out my Instagram. Before I say goodbye, I want to mention that I am currently working on 2 bigger photo projects. Yes, and they take quite a lot of time, but I'm really excited to share them with you guys soon. I'm putting a lot of time and effort into these projects, also to give you guys better and more high quality content. So definitely keep an eye on my channel for those in the near future. I love you guys, and I hope to see you in the next episode of Frame by Frame Photo Walks.